It had mutually been decided on YouTube, going after the sponsors of someone you don't like was a big no-no. In 2020, Ethan Klein made a content nuke on Keemstar, where he criticized past actions of Daniel Keem, host of the YouTube channel Drama Alert, which was generally well received, though many points in the video were criticized as being disingenuous, such as trying to tie Keemstar to the suicide of Etika, a content creator who was popular in the Super Smash Bros. Community, who tragically took his own life in 2019. The content nuke is often cited as a good video with a runtime 20 minutes too long. There are plenty of things to criticize Keemstar for, like him falsely accusing a random old man of being a predator, but for every valid criticism, Ethan throws in a disingenuous one, like Keemstar's interview with Swatistic, a serial swatter who got a random innocent man killed all because he lost $1.50 in a Call of Duty 1v1.
I find it really disturbing that Keemstar, the day after this murder happened, was able to get this kid on his show, fully monetized. Keemstar cashed in big time on this whole ordeal.
Ethan frames this as though Keemstar is profiting off the death of an innocent man, when in reality, his goal in this interview was to get the swatter to confess to assist in his arrest, which happened the next day.
In that video yesterday, we interviewed the swatter, the individual that made the fake call to police, and I'm proud to announce right now, he is behind bars. The swatter, known as Swatastic, Tyler Barris, was taken into custody last night in California.
The interview was used in both his arrest and his conviction, and thanks in part to Keem, this man is behind bars for 20 years. Keemstar also had the GoFundMe for the victim's family at the top of the description, and donated $1,000 himself. There are plenty of things to criticize Keemstar for, but the Swatistic situation is not one of them. Throughout the content nuke, Ethan continuously mentions G Fuel in a very obvious effort to get them to drop Keemstar.
How is G Fuel still sponsor this guy, by the way? G Fuel brought to you by false pedophilia accusations. If I recall correctly, the interview brought to you by the SWAT murder was also sponsored by G Fuel. Use code KEEM for 10% off of your life expectancy. Brought to you by Dr. Daniel Keemstar. Sponsored by G Fuel. G Fuel apparently blah blah blah'd your whole history when they decided to sponsor you.
Many YouTubers who agreed with the criticisms of Keemstar didn't agree with Ethan going after his sponsorship and livelihood, understanding that sets a bad precedent, since the reality is that advertisers are very sensitive, and it doesn't take a lot to get them to drop someone. In fact, not long after this video released, Ethan's audience started messaging G Fuel and got his sponsorship terminated.